everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla Rundle. If you guys do not know me yet, if not, welcome back. Today I am making a video sort of for the beginners or those wanting to modify their cars. I wanted to show you guys the easiest possible modification you can do to your Camaro, and you can do it yourself because I'm going to show you guys how to do it today, and this should only take you 30 minutes to an hour. An hour if you really take your time, which I usually do anyways, because I like to clean everything as I go. But anyways, I just got in the mail this Cold Air intake by Cold Air Inductions. Everyone has been talking so highly about this Cold Air intake. Cold Air intakes are one of the first performance modifications that people put on their vehicles, and it is something that you can apply to your vehicle without getting it tuned or bringing it to a shop. It is one of the cheaper modifications you can do to your car. If you're trying to take your first step into the aftermarket community, I feel like this is a way to learn and get yourself started. So I don't really know what this looks like. I've seen photos and videos on the internet, but I have not opened up this box, so let's get this box opened up. Ooh. Boom. Hey. Let's get rid of that. All right. Hey, it matches the Camaro. It's white inside, you guys can see. It's like the intake tubing, some bubbles, and everything is put straight crap together, and that's the whole box. Opening up car parts is like Christmas. Best. Guys, my goal for the Camaro is I really want to clean up the engine bay. I've been really looking into it on how to do it properly because everyone does like the same things, and I really want to make mine look nice without pulling the motor. So we'll see about that, but this is like the perfect first step to doing that. It's so pretty. All right, set that aside. All right, look at that brand new filter. Love to see it. I wish they made these filters in teal to match my calipers, but they do not, sadly. I looked into it. There's literally only white and red. People always want these customized because it's such a large color in your engine bay, but if I ever figure out how to change the colors on these filters, I will definitely let you guys know. I believe the difference between the red and the white ones is that the red ones are oiled and the white ones are not, so these are pre-oiled, so you don't really have to prep them in any way. You can basically just install it all together. So there's nothing really crazy going on. I could definitely tell it's oiled because you can feel it. On my car, I already took off my stock intake. I do have the Roto-Fab Cold Air intake on my car right now, but I can show you guys the difference because I still have the stock intake. So this right here is the stock intake tube for the Camaro, and you can compare it to this. Totally different shape, and you get rid of that huge plastic bulky thing which looks terrible in the engine bay versus this clean one. It doesn't have all those extra ribs or anything. Huge difference. The filter itself, I didn't have the top pieces upstairs, but this is your stock filter for the Camaro. Pretty cheap, you can get these for like 20 bucks, but compare it to this, one looks faster right away. And the entire housing for the stock one versus literally just having this won't have necessarily a cover over the filter itself, and you'll be able to peek it through here. All right, let's get these parts installed. First, you gotta pop the hood. As you all can see, I do have the Roto-Fab Cold Air intake in here, which I got like 4 years ago, so I just wanted to change it up. And so there's really nothing you can mess up on the intake. Some people say you should disconnect your battery. It's not that big of a deal. You're just undoing one sensor, which is pretty simple. I actually installed my entire cam without disconnecting my battery. Looks like we need some Phillips, and a 10mm and a flathead. basically to get my intake off, I literally only removed these bolts, which were all Phillips heads, screwdriver, and there's one 10 millimeter so far, which was on this bolt right here. It's all super accessible. I do have like a longer 10 millimeter, so it was easier to reach, but I'm doing all this without using power tools. So, I mean, anybody could do it because I know power tools get expensive. I wasn't able to get this out, so I figured out there's one more bolt underneath it. And I was like trying to find it, and it's right there. So it's just one 10 millimeter bolt left, and this whole thing should come out. Then this will give me the perfect opportunity to clean my engine bay, specifically in this area. Since the air intake takes up so much room, it's so much harder to clean up the rest of the engine bay. Get all clean for car shows, and once the intake's all together, to be clean all underneath it. Woo! All right, well, this is what your engine should look like without the cold air intake. It is so open, so much room. So I'm just gonna clean a little bit of that part of my engine bay up. But what I do is just take degreaser, spray the brush and the object that you want to clean with the degreaser, and then use the brush to get it all cleaned out. So I literally only put this box in, nothing else is in, and I definitely need to take off this cover. It comes up, just have to take these 3 things off, which is super easy because if you ever want to change out your filter or fill up your washer fluid, all you have to do is take off those 3 guys. You don't have to take off the whole thing, and it just comes off. And I was watching how the fitment is, and you can see it's like perfect. And the design literally has such a nice snug fit across the fender line. And I also mashed that up so you know it's in place. Just make sure it's snug fit in there. And we're gonna put the 10 millimeter back on that. Clamps to go onto your throttle body here. It literally slides on super easy because these are loose, so gotta remember to tighten those up. The edge of this intake tube should just slip in to your intake filter. And then your mass airflow sensor. I didn't really undo mine. There is new screws that was given to us by Cold Air Induction, so just undo those and use those to reattach your mass airflow sensor. These are the little screws for the mass airflow sensor. All right, once your mass airflow sensor is in with these 2 screws, you really just have to tighten them up so they like just don't come out. You don't have to torque them down to anything. Just make them somewhat tight. It doesn't take like a lot of abuse and movement, so it's not too big of a worry. And now the next move is to tighten these up. These guys right here, which take flatheads. Well, literally after just a few screws, this intake is put together. The only thing we're missing now is the cover. I put over here with the size of the Allen key. All you literally gotta do is place this right here. And for this, you're supposed to use the tube they gave you with the shrink wrap, but I deleted my crankcase breather hose. I did the oil cap breather instead, so don't mind that. That's just a little bit different than everyone else, but that takes 2 seconds. But these are the final results. It looks so nice. Has a nice cover, so I'm sure the intake won't get as dirty because my intakes get dirty so fast when they're open. Well, if you guys have a 2010-2015 Camaro SS or 1LE, this intake is always a great first mod for you guys. Because you could see it was a super simple modification. You don't have to get your car tuned if you just have a cold air intake. It does sometimes make a little difference if your car is already tuned, but I'm sure the computers will sort itself out. And I didn't even have to take out the windshield wiper fluid, which I'm eventually gonna switch up and put it in a different place in the engine bay so the air intake does have more room to breathe, because that kind of does get in the way, but it does fit so you guys don't have to do anything extra. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was something simple for you beginners, or for those of you looking for something to do to your Camaro yourself, or a simple modification. As always, go check out my other social media accounts on TikTok and Instagram. It is all Kayla Rundle. And please go subscribe and like this video. I appreciate it so much. So I can keep making content for all of you guys. And I hope you guys have an amazing day or night, or whatever time it is. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for the support. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.